final approach to Rio and rugby's return to the Olympic Games.
Team GB squad announced: 25 players, 15 English, 5 Scottish, 5 Welsh.
These great old rugby rivals will be brothers in arms for Team GB.
I'm the Team GB head coach, and we've now selected the wider squad which will start its preparations for the Rio Olympics. It's a real challenge, of course it is. Every other nation gets the opportunity to practice on the World Series right the way through for the last 6-7 months, and you know, the GB programme starting at the end of that, after the World Series, and trying to blend those strengths, blend that team spirit, create that team feel is a challenge, but one that definitely we can do. We've got some unbelievable talent in that squad. I know the guys are incredibly excited, looking forward to the opportunity of representing Great Britain in Rio.
Former Wales captain himself, Gareth Williams, and he is the assistant to Simon Amo at the Rio Olympics.
There's a lot of opinions that have been flying around, and you know, we're in a special position with a very talented squad, and yeah, we're really excited on proving those people wrong, and we know how we want to do it. We believe it can be done, and yeah, it's exciting that we get to take that challenge up. Combining all the strengths of the three nations, Scotland, England and Wales, brings an intensity to training that hasn't been matched before. It'll be a real competitive environment. It'll be fantastic to pit those players against each other.
England's captain, Tom Mitchell, buoyed by that announcement of the GB squad this week.
I think leading Team GB at the Olympics would be an absolute dream come true. It's difficult to find the words really to describe it, because you hear those sorts of things a lot, but growing up and watching the Olympics is the pinnacle of sport. Anyone involved with it wants to be there, and pride that's in that Team GB environment is something that would be very special to be involved with. 2012 we were representing Great Britain at the World Students Sevens in Brive in France. We had a really good team actually, and we managed to come out with the win. Sam Cross, Luke TREHARNE from Wales were both in that team, so I enjoyed linking up with Luke, great little playmaker. Also Dan Bibby was on that team, so we've been playing together now for a good few years, 4 or 5 years now, some of those boys. And it's good fun playing against them, but we had a good time on the same team as well.
I'm really good friends now with Luke TREHARNE, who's the Wales captain. Me and him room together. I've said it before, if you're good mates off the field, you usually gel well on the field, and being in that GB setup with a few of the boys who now have been selected for the wider squad as well, Luke TREHARNE, Sam Cross, it'll be good to get back with them and start playing with them again.
Playing for the GB students was an incredible experience. It was one of the first real big sevens tournaments that I did, going overseas to France to play. New group of players from England and Wales coming together was a really amazing experience. To compare that to what it would be like to play for Team GB in the Olympics, quite similar with the boys coming from the different countries. But I think the Olympics would just be on a completely different scale. Like I think for the tournament in Brive, there was probably about a couple hundred people watching. Obviously you've got the whole world watching. When you play in the Olympics, it'll be a much bigger occasion.
The Olympics, Team GB is the pinnacle of all sporting opportunities, and to be a part of that would be an unbelievable experience. It would be a second chance to achieve that gold medal that the boys achieved that night in Brive, and to be able to have the opportunity to do that again would be unbelievable.
Individual brilliance from Robertson. He skidded away.
Mark Robertson will be joining that Team GB training squad in the summer.
When I got the call to say that I was going to be involved, it was just really exciting. Just a great prospect to think that there is a chance to be involved in an Olympic Games in Rio. It's just a massive privilege as a Scotsman to represent Great Britain, to be one of the first ever rugby players to play in the Olympics. It would be an amazing achievement.
Scott Riddell is one of those players that is going to step up in the Team GB squad.
Well, I think there's a lot of mutual respect for the three sort of home union teams. It's obviously a very talented squad that's been assembled, and it's really exciting. You know, there's a lot of variety within that squad. I think everyone knows that the more GB can come together, then we'll be successful as a group. So it's something that we know we have to do.
We're very proud rugby nations, and every single time the guys step on the field, they want to win, they're expected to win, and we as coaches are exactly the same. and certainly with the Great Britain team, you know, we set our standards right up there to be the very, very best. And everyone is very confident that when we get this together, we've got so much talent, such a great spirit we're going to create, and we've got every chance of doing something incredibly successful in Rio.